Senate Democrats making the Affordable Care Act a central issue in today's hearing. The Supreme Court is scheduled to hear a case against the ACA just after the election. Democrats warning that if Judge Barrett is confirmed, she will vote to take health care from millions of Americans. NBC News correspondent Heidi Prisbilla joins me now. Heidi, how did the Democrats drive home that point today? It was really their big focus.
Right, Allison, they began by establishing that this entire nomination is unprecedented. It's unprecedented because it comes amid a pandemic, because we're talking about having a final vote days before the election, as more than 6 million people have already voted. And the reason why they say it's unprecedented is because there is a motive here, and that motive, they say, is to overturn the Affordable Care Act. In the words of Kamala Harris, they want the courts to do the, quote, dirty work that the Republicans could not get accomplished legislatively. And so what you saw was this thematic approach where each of these senators brought out examples of real people from their home states who stood to lose a lot in the way of health care if the Affordable Care Act is overturned. Take a listen here to one of those examples.
I want to introduce you to one of my constituents, Connor Kern of Ridgefield, Connecticut. He is 10 years old, and he suffers from Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It is a horrible, incurable disease. It slowly deprives children of the strength and their ability to move. Eventually, it robs them of their lives. The costs of providing Connor's care are astronomical, but for Connor and his family, it is worth every penny. Connor is a superhero, but he's always had a real sidekick. He's had the protection of the Affordable Care Act. It has shielded him and his family from arbitrary caps on coverage that would have cut off his care when it became too expensive. Connor and millions of others like him are why I will oppose your nomination. Your nomination is about the Republican goal of repealing the Affordable Care Act.
So, Allison, there were so many examples like that that it at one point forced one of the Republican senators to say to Amy Coney Barrett, Judge Barrett, you're a compassionate person, but that's not what this is about. This is about interpreting the text of the Constitution. So a lot of compelling anecdotes there in each one of these senators making the case that the reason why this is unprecedented is because there's a goal. The goal is to overturn Obamacare, Allison.
So let's talk a little bit more about that, Heidi, because the Supreme Court will hear that case challenging the Affordable Care Act on November 10th. Could you tell us a little bit more about Judge Barrett's record and philosophy and how both of those could potentially affect this case if she's confirmed?
Right, Allison, according to Democrats, Judge Barrett has more of a paper trail on Obamacare than other recent justices, Judge Kavanaugh, for instance, in that she weighed in on both of the landmark cases upholding the law. And she published a paper in 2017, in fact, where she cited her role model, former Justice Scalia, saying that the courts had so overreached itself that the law might as well be renamed SCOTUS care. So from that, Democrats take that should this come for another vote, as it will, last time there was only one vote that upheld Obamacare, and Democrats are assuming that this time she would be that vote overturning Obamacare. That would come amid a pandemic in which 6 million people already have arguably pre-existing condition, having contracted coronavirus, and that this is not, according to Democrats, the will of the people. This is a way to circumvent that will, because we are right on the cusp of an election. And in the last election, what we saw in the 2018 midterms, Allison, is that health care was very potent, and that Democrats in the House, for their part, actually credit health care with helping them to retake the House, the threat specifically of just this, of Obamacare being overhauled.
Heidi, thanks so much for being with us on such an important day. Especially thank you for standing out there in that terrible weather. We are very grateful. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm trying out the weather girl thing here.
Doing a great job. Thanks, Heidi.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.